This is 5 and 10 for Wednesday, August 2nd on Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 today, what is Justin Bieber doing? You may well ask, who really cares? And normally I'd agree with you, except let's look at some data here. Since his world tour kicked off last March, the tour called Purpose, Bieber has taken in about $200 million. That's a lot of believers out there, young ladies willing to put down their money or mom and dad's money to see him live and in person, follow him around from concert to concert perhaps. Comes word now that Bieber has canceled the remainder of this tour because, according to TMZ and some other news sources, he's rededicating his life to Christ. Now, considering the impact, the influence he has with our daughters and granddaughters, I think it's fair to ask, what does this really mean? Now, first of all, the picture you see on the screen behind me was taken earlier this year in New Zealand. That was the site of a conference held by Hillsong Church. Hillsong is a very popular Pentecostal church. You may be familiar with their music, Christian band that is very popular today. That's Hillsong NYC pastor Carl Lentz slamming shots with Justin Bieber at a bar in New Zealand. Other pictures from that incident have turned up on the web showing Bieber shirtless, dancing with ladies, and basically letting his pants drag on the ground, which is, I guess, a thing with young guys these days. Anyway, Carl Lentz has been following him around. He's been described by some as joined at the hip with Bieber on this tour. He seems to be one of those pastors that, besides hosting pastoring a mega church, 8,000 members at his church in Manhattan, multiple campuses, seems to be one of those pastors that Oprah Winfrey just loves. Now, considering that Oprah has denied the truth of John 14:6, that's the verse where Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. I think it's fair to ask what Pastor Lentz teaches his 8,000 members and what influence he has over Justin Bieber, considering the influence that he has with so many young people today. Topic number 4, the Democrats' rising star. It may not be Hillary in 2020 after all. California Senator Kamala Harris went to the Hamptons a couple of weekends ago. That's an area of old money here in the United States, and met with a number of backers who put down a lot of money on Hillary Clinton in the last presidential election. Harris is a 52-year-old former prosecutor and San Francisco District Attorney. She was the Attorney General for the state of California before getting elected to the Senate. Kind of had a coming out party during the recent Senate Intelligence Committee hearing into President Trump's ties to Russia. Went pretty hard on Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions, now the Attorney General of the United States. Harris has opposed 18 of President Trump's 22 nominees that needed Senate approval. Even though she's only been on the job about 7 months as a U.S. Senator, she's already being put forward as a presidential candidate by the Democrats for 2020. And being brand new to the job of senator didn't seem to hurt Barack Obama in 2008, now did it? Harris has denied having presidential aspirations, but the fact that she went to the Hamptons to meet with those potential fundraisers, and by the way, Harris is already being described as the Democrats' top fundraiser so far in 2017, indicates that being president can't be that far from her mind. Topic number 3, ISIS and the mafia. An ongoing police investigation in Italy suggests the Italian mafia may have teamed up with the Islamic State to bring black market oil into the country there. An Italian newspaper reporting that police have found substantial amounts of Libyan and Syrian crude that shouldn't have been at refineries. They weren't showing up on the official inventory lists, in other words. Now, police have no evidence that the oil did, in fact, come from ISIS-controlled wells, but they can't be sure. We see the mafia smuggles oil into Italy by sending tankers out into the Mediterranean where they meet smaller vessels that transfer their cargoes onto the larger vessels that then come back into port. The mafia uses shell companies overseas that act as oil exporters. They do this to get around value-added taxes and to launder money, to be honest with you. Smugglers then, or rather this hypothesis that's being put forward by police has emerged because the Islamic State has been using oil wells in areas that it's conquered, areas under its control, to raise funds for its other activities. The good news, of course, is that because they've lost a lot of territory in Syria and Iraq over the last year, there's a lot less money coming in than there was a year ago. Topic number 2, Carmageddon. Some economic news coming out yesterday, Tuesday, as auto sales figures show that General Motors was down 15% year over year. Ford was off 7%, Chrysler down 11%. So those being the big three, the so-called big three automakers here in the United States. Now, the companies blamed the sales declines on slower fleet sales, sales to rental companies or big corporations that buy cars for their outside salespeople. But General Motors sales to retail customers was down 14% year over year. Ford and Fiat Chrysler down single digits to retail year over year, but fleet sales were off 26% and 35% respectively. The only good news came from Toyota. Toyota was up 3.6%, both for its Toyota brand, that is, and for Lexus, its luxury brand. Toyota passing Ford in July to become the number 2 automaker in the United States, behind only General Motors. Now, passenger sales for Toyota, sales of passenger cars were slow, but they did well with crossovers, pickups, and SUVs. Those sales up 17% over the previous year. Overall, inventory levels for automakers, for auto dealers around the country, very high. And this is disturbing because the average incentive offered by automakers during the month of July reached an all-time high, $3,876 per car. Inventory levels reaching all-time highs, fleet sales down, inventories of fleets being moved to used car lots, which depresses the value of used cars as well. Because of the impact of auto sales on the overall American economy, this is something to watch, an early indicator, and the indications aren't good. And topic number 1, wars and rumors of war. Talking about North Korea. The U.S. military Wednesday tested an intercontinental ballistic missile fired from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. This amid the ongoing tension with North Korea over its missile program. The missile fired from California traveled about 4,200 miles, reached the Marshall Islands out in the Pacific. The U.S. Air Force, by the way, and also announced it's sending 12 additional F-16 fighters for a 4-month deployment to South Korea. Again, kind of a show of strength following up on the flyby of the B-1 supersonic bombers over the Korean Peninsula Sunday. The aircraft and about 200 airmen are coming from the 176th Fighter Squadron of the Wisconsin Air National Guard. They will deploy to the Kunsan Air Base in South Korea. That's about 110 miles south of the capital of Seoul. Just over 2 weeks to the Great American Eclipse, the total eclipse of the sun, which will crisscross the United States. Well, just cross. There's no criss, really. It's travel from Oregon to South Carolina. If you're on the path, you'll see a total eclipse of the sun. One place you can see it is in Idaho, which will be the site of the Sign in the Heavenlies Conference, August 18th through 20th. Sharon and I are honored to be a part of that, along with L.A. Marzulli, Pastor Carl Gallups, Pastor Paul Begley, Casper McLeod, Coach Dave Daubenmeier, other speakers as well. It's going to be a great weekend. If you can attend, we'd like to save you $20 off your registration. You can do that at hearthewatchmen.com by using the promo code Gilbert20. Promo code Gilbert20 at hearthewatchmen.com. That'll also save you 20% off the live video stream. The video streaming, only $39, and those archives will be available for 6 months after the conference. And again, save an additional 20% with the promo code Gilbert20. Take us with you wherever you go. The Skywatch TV mobile app is a free download for iOS, Android, Windows Phone, and the Amazon Kindle Fire tablet. You'll find links to the app stores at skywatchtv.com, where you'll find all of our social media stuff. There we go. skywatchtv.com, and links from there to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you'll find all of my stuff posted at skywatchtv.com. DerekPGilbert.com, that is. Boy, that threw me. DerekPGilbert.com. Thanks for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is Skywatch TV.
We've been talking to filmmaker Justin Fall about his brand new documentary release, Hollow Earth Chronicles. In this unprecedented film, Justin interviews a never-before-assembled all-star cast of biblical scholars and experts, including Dr. Thomas Horn, L.A. Marzulli, Steve Quayle, Derek Gilbert, and many more who collectively reveal how the concept of a hollow earth inspired some of the worst crimes against humanity in recent history, and how understanding the hollow earth is key to deciphering modern biblical prophecy. Skywatch TV is proud to announce the Hollow Earth special offer. When you order Hollow Earth Chronicles exclusively at the Skywatch TV store, you'll also receive Astrobiology and the Vatican ET Connection. In this full-length DVD presentation, the late internationally acclaimed author Chris Putnam walks you step by step through the Vatican's astonishing plan for the arrival of an alien savior, one whom the prophet Daniel foresaw as an alien god. Plus, you'll also receive Forbidden Secrets of the Labyrinth by Mark Flynn. In this phenomenal work, you'll discover for the first time the true identity of the object worshipped by modern Freemasons, the elite's plan to secretly replace the world's financial currency with an antichrist system, the coming resurrection of the false god Apollyon in the very near future, and so much more. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of $60. Yours now for only $29.95 plus shipping and handling. An unprecedented compilation of research materials that expose darkness and equips you with the information you need to face the future head-on. The Hollow Earth special offer, available now at skywatchtvstore.com.
Today. That's Hillsong NYC pastor Carl Lentz slamming shots with Justin Bieber at a bar in New Zealand. Other pictures from that incident have turned up on the web showing Bieber shirtless, dancing with ladies, and basically letting his pants drag on the ground, which is, I guess, a thing with young mom and dad's money, to see him live and in person, follow him around from concert to concert, perhaps. Comes word now that Bieber has canceled the remainder of this tour because, according to TMZ and some other news sources, he's rededicating his life to Christ. Now, considering the impact, who really cares? And normally I'd agree with you, except let's look at some data here. Since his world tour kicked off last March, the tour called Purpose, Bieber has taken in about $200 million. That's a lot of believers out there, young ladies willing to put down their money, or in fact, the influence he has with our daughters and granddaughters. I think it's fair to ask, what does this really mean? Now, first of all, the picture you see on the screen behind me was taken earlier this year in New Zealand. That was the site of a conference held by Hillsong Church. Hillsong is a very popular Pentecostal church. You may be familiar with their music, a Christian band that is very popular. This is 5 and 10 for Wednesday, August 2nd on Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert. Topic number 5 today, what is Justin Bieber doing? You may well ask,